Sarah.
Oh,
Hi.
no. Are you ready? Our invisibility cloak is about to come off. Are you ready?
Please, I can't wait.
We're paying an homage to our invisible edit. So here we are. We're really we exist.
Your invisible edit. Oh no. Y'all, your life update. Oh my gosh, I was choked up. Look, it's a baby Sarah.
We were choked up as well. We were so happy they showed that. I mean, we are beside ourselves.
Yeah, we're happy to make history with that one. I know that's never been done before, so it was pretty cool, really cool to see.
Right. Well, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, Sarah.
We're 8 weeks fresh. She's small.
8 weeks fresh. She's very new.
Very new. Oh my goodness. Well, you mentioned that the race was like boot camp for you. Did it work out? I mean, it's a little different though, right?
I mean, it's significantly different, right? But it wasn't like we walked out of there going, okay, that was what we needed. I mean, we'd already like started the process. But I will say, watching us go through this stressful situation, each leg of, oh, we're behind, or oh, we're in the third group, and watching us persevere, be consistent. We were never in the bottom two, we were never in the top two, just like Caesar and Ricky, except their record's a little better. But but we were proud of our consistency. But yeah, I mean, we learned so much about like, wow, like you did a really good job on that. You did a great job. We were so pleasantly surprised with our positivity with each other. And so I will say, leaving the race, we were like, okay, we got this parenting thing.
The warm up to parenthood definitely was like something that, it's a relationship show. We all have our narrative of, reasons why we want to do the show, I think, but ultimately the real reasons we're just great fans. I mean, super fan. I'm a big fan.
I'm a super fan of the two of us.
We love travel, world travel, and, just we wanted epic adventures, and we thought this would be fun story to add. We have a huge competitive spirit, and that's why we just, that was a fun thing for us to do.
Huge. Look at our edit. That's because when we focus, we just put our heads down. We're not aspiring influencers. We were there to get the job done, and almost.
Right. So, because you did mention in this last episode that you guys are more fun and loud outside of the race, and on the race you were becoming the less dominant presence. Is that because you were taking it so seriously?
Yeah, partly. I think. Well, I mean, you are expert on all of them, so top two, bottom two. That's where the edit is. Most of it. That's kind of where it happened. So we knew that. That's one of the easy answers to that. But I think the other thing that I don't know if a lot of people know that half of the teams were recruited. So when you have kind of the mixed bag, there were a lot of theatrics, and so some of the more entertaining moments that were happening, regardless of how funny I thought I was.
She's the funniest person I know. I mean, besides me. But
it wasn't good enough for the screen time. And again, if you're not in the bottom and top, it just didn't add to the story. So that's why also our personalities really wasn't shown.
But in real life, okay, we are the really, quirky random people that when we go out with our girls who like to hike, we'll wear T-Rex suits. We go play spike ball on the beach. We wear T-Rex suits. And our friends are like, you guys are so weird. Why would you do that? We're like, we just want to.
We were just trying to have fun.
So that is we are a fun-loving team in real life, but the show is certainly, they had to work with a team that was consistently in the middle. And so we have no qualms about that edit. I mean, when they did show us, they showed our positivity and our healthy relationship. So,
and they were short legs. I don't know if that comes through as much, but I think we had one of the shortest legs.
We had the shortest leg in history.
And so I think overall with the short legs, it was stressful. It was intense, but it wasn't where we had reached our breaking point, where we were actually ready to give that to America to have us have these blowouts outside of the newborn.
Like we have fears, which I'm not going to say because we're planning on going back with her. One of us plans on applying with her when she's 18. We have legitimate fears, and we were hoping for these crazy, intense, rappel down a building face first, do these crazy crazy challenges. And unfortunately, everything was so quick that when you're in the back group at the end, it's tough to get out. And we're proud that we always beat out everybody in the last group, and we were never in the bottom two. So we're pretty stoked by that.
I have to ask you about the mega leg when the 3 teams started working together and sort of shut you guys out. How was that?
Yeah, I'm still cold from being iced. No, I'm kidding. No, it's
I'm like, Well, no, I guess that's what he called it. But anyway,
I'm using their words. No,
yeah.
we have relationships with everyone.
No,
There's no hard feelings, but it was.
Well, we'll start with the connections. I think
yes.
normally every season, again, this was, it was a COVID season. We were actually separated. We had masks on, so we didn't actually get an opportunity to just, here you all are, get to know each other. And, in that environment, you're naturally drawn to certain teams and you're drawn to certain people. And we knew coming in, we weren't going to be as hardcore where you need to have an alliance, but we were going to have the connections that we had. We knew we were going to want to collaborate with people and have these situational alliances. And that's what you saw us have. And they, and that, that's what worked for us. And that's what we wanted. We are such big fans. We didn't want the spirit of the race broken. And that's what we feel happened. And so when people are teams, if you're doing a challenge for another team, it's sweet. And I know it's hard if I'm being objective, because we have relationships with these teams, but when I'm being objective, that's not what the race is about. I mean, you help each other, you collaborate, but when you're doing things for each other and helping to that extent, that's when
which we saw even more of on the on watching it. We saw even more than we did.
It was just disappointing, is all. I mean, and that was just for us, it was hard to watch because we are super fans. I thought as viewers, we want to see people help each other, sure, but
collaborate. We supported, but we sort of drew a line with Cesar at the Waterfall, and we wish we had seen that.
Yeah, I think he intended to help more, but there were people like everyone was listening. All the other three teams were listening to what Cesar was saying, and so I don't think he felt comfortable sharing.
And I didn't feel comfortable accepting him to say, "Hey, this is your one you got wrong." So
it's an integrity thing, just competitive spirit of it all.
Yeah.
Right. So Melissa, I mean, we see in the edit, you really just had one wrong, but in the moment, you're not sure what is wrong, right?
No, that was tough to watch. I did not know I only had one wrong. And
you were pretty sure.
I knew it was between 2 to 3. And so you saw me doing permutations just at the end of, I know it's one of these. What they didn't show was, going back up all those ladders to get back to the top of the waterfall. That took a very long time. We were there for a very long time. They did not show quite how stressful and long that was and physically demanding that was, which I was happy because I was like, this is a cool challenge. Excellent challenge by the producers. Yeah. Fantastic. So you definitely saw Cesar and I working together, but but that was unfortunate that there was only one, and then I ended up making it worse for myself. Kind of unbelievable, but here we are. We were able to make it up. It was just those 2 minutes. We made it up later in the day, but
if you're saying you were there for so long, you show up on the mat with another team. You obviously
so let me clarify. We weren't there for so long after the teams. We were there as all 5 of us for a very long amount of time. The last team that left before us, I think, was 5 minutes or so. So it was very quick. So I knew that we weren't going to be there that much longer. Well, I hoped, and then thankfully we weren't. But then we made up time at cacao pods. Our crew was like, you guys rushed that. We did it in 2 tries. We only had to go twice, and a lot of the other teams had to go numerous times to get more pods. So we were proud. We definitely made up a lot of time, and then would lose time and make up time. So that leg was up and down.
Was there anything that surprised you about running the race?
The detour thing. I think that there's something that we didn't. We've seen every season, and I guess we don't recall there being such an imbalance with the detours. And unfortunately for us, we were unlucky in our choices. So of the up to leg 9 of the 8 detours, only 2 of the ones we chose were correct in terms of
the short ones.
They were faster or easier to that extent. And those 2 detours that we actually chose correctly, every other team also chose. So from that point, from the 4th leg on, incorrect all the way down to the last one. Yeah. So
we were 30 minutes behind, so we were a little surprised.
So it was it just surprised us when we had 2 out of the 8 were correct, where other teams had closer minimum 5 or 6 that were correct as they were running past the 4th leg. And so these are the things that we realized after. But again, like she said, with that 30-minute deficit, having to make up with these imbalanced detours.
But that's life.
That's how it goes.
We chose.
We had a choice.
We have a choice. And like at the singing in Uruguay,
I think you forgot a word. fabulous singing.
Well,
I-
let's just say I'm the one that sings the lullabies to her. We chose the singing very strategically on purpose. We opened that clue and we said, everybody else is going to pick drums. We speak Spanish. Let's do the singing.
Yeah, and it was confirmed. We got there because we parked. You could see the drums,
Yeah.
And people were there. We
So-
thought hopefully there's a line. They're gonna get,
Yeah, we
held
did
up
that on
there.
purpose, but it turns out the drums were significantly easier than the singing.
Oh my God!
And so we're like, oh man, even when we're trying to be strategic, we still don't pick the right detour. So
didn't work. Unlucky on that one.
yeah.
Well, obviously running this race together worked well for you, but can you sum up what this experience was like to do together?
It was really cool.
It was fun.
It
Yeah.
was really fun. I will say that, obviously this is the adventure of a lifetime. But this is a close second. So we're pretty stoked on everything we got to do.
Yeah.
She consistently made me proud every turn, and I think vice versa.
Yeah.
I
We
hope.
wish that would have been shown more. Like the race car, people there for over an hour. She did it in 10 minutes to do the puzzle, and you hear me screaming and excited. But again, we were in the middle, so it didn't
Just
really
kind of got glossed over.
It got glossed over.
Yeah, we did a lot of things really well. We were
Yeah.
very consistent, and so yeah, I mean, I'm really proud of our performance, and so I'm happy we did it. Yeah.
Yvonne, as a super fan, did it give you what you were hoping for?
Oh, you're asking hard-hitting questions here. Yeah, so Mel, I will define as the super fan. I am a big fan. And as from what I had seen, I really was hoping for the traditional experience. I admit it. I wanted those long legs pushing me, challenging me. That's what I wanted. And like I mentioned, there were stressful. I don't want to downplay. It's stressful. It doesn't matter what you're doing. It's stressful and it's intense. But I did not feel that I was ever pushed to the point of exhaustion. We didn't get to travel around the world. So there were a lot of little things that we were so close to these really cool locations, but the structure of this race and timing, it just didn't.
We were surprised to see it was a COVID season.
It didn't work out for us. So I would hope that we've already said, because of our invisibility cloak, we think we're going to apply again, and then next season nobody's even going to know.
They just won't even know we were already there.
We're just gonna race again, and maybe that'll be a traditional one, and then we're gonna eat our words. We're like, oh my God, this is so hard. But I did want that push, and I don't know that I got that from.
But that said, production is incredible. I mean, I've never understood that phrase. It's a production until we saw what that really means. They're incredible.
A lot of things behind the scenes, as we all know, and things happen to us too. But they're
incredible. Yeah.
Well, it was so fun to watch you. I hope we get you back on another season that does push you.
Yeah.
And then maybe a family season. I'll take all of it. Sounds great.
Exactly. We'll take it too. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you, Sarah. I appreciate your time.